What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to the full moon workshop. This is a full moon in Cancer, but it will be affecting all of us, okay? So right now we're gonna talk about what this astrology feels like and how it'll be influencing us. We're gonna do an energy clearing for you and your space also, and I have some tarot cards, of course. So I wanna get into that. Thank you for your donations. This is a pay what you can workshop. So if you haven't already donated, you can find the link for that donation below. I really appreciate it, especially during the holiday season. So thank you all. I hope you're enjoying your holiday. I know it can be a little bit overwhelming or triggering for some people, so I'm there with you. But let's dive in and just focus on how we can work with this energy, because this energy is it's feeling a little bit confusing. We also have Mercury retrograde. It's also feeling, for me, a little bit overwhelming. Like, I just had like a meltdown before I started doing this. I set up everything and then it was like, boom, just like all of this emotion started moving and coming up. So if you notice that you have a lot of emotions sort of coming up and down, just go with it. It's like the only way out is through. So like, you can't avoid it or ignore it. It's like, just feel it. Now there's also a lot of appreciation coming up. We also have, I'm hearing a return to joy. So for a lot of us, maybe life has been very serious over the past few months or years or decades. For myself, right now, I'm working a lot with my psychotherapist on like why I continue to like block joy from like entering my life fully, or if I notice that something like makes me happy, it's like this overall energy of like trying to like pick it apart and like fix something about myself or fix something, but it's like, so I feel like this overall energy here, especially because this is a Cancer full moon. Cancer wants to feel safe. And when we feel safe, we can actually begin to enjoy ourselves because we're not always like looking for issues or when the other shoe will drop or like just chaos or something. Like it's hard for us to feel safe in our environment when maybe you have also learned from family or from past relationships that you can't trust another person, or you can't trust that you will be taken care of properly, or maybe your needs, they weren't met as a child or in early relationships, they weren't met. So you grew up sort of self-sacrificing and adjusting yourself to make sure that other people felt comfortable and felt, you know, seen and heard, and you kind of didn't really feel, you know, seen or heard or like not really appreciated or whatever. So there's a lot of like, this full moon feels very entangled, if that makes sense. Now, there's a lot of layers here, and of course, it's the holiday season, so it can be, again, feeling overwhelming for some people. It's also a time for just like joy and excitement and fun, of course, but there's something here with the Six of Cups reverse and this Ace of Wands reverse and a Judgment reverse. Okay, so these three cards together, it feels like we know that there are certain things that make us happy. It's like we know there are certain things that make us happy. So maybe it's a new hobby or an old hobby that you're starting to do again. Maybe it's a new person that you've connected with, or a project, or you're excited about work or something, like a goal that you're setting. And like, that's beautiful. But it seems like with this Two of Swords that and then there's a Four of Cups behind it. And a King of Wands reverse. It's like we almost build things up in our heads. It's like, okay, this looks available for me. This looks like it could lead me to joy or excitement or an opportunity, but I start to build this like negative situation in my head, or we're waiting for something bad to happen to throw it off or whatever. And it's like, because we're always maybe anticipating something bad to happen, we don't really jump in and just take the opportunity to experience joy. So there's this overall energy now with Cancer full moon, and we're in Capricorn season. And I feel like it's this tension with like two opposite energies. So one of the energies being Cancer, is like, I want to receive. I want to feel good. I want to feel heard and understood, and I want to feel safe. And then there's this other sort of like Capricorn energy, which, yes, has the ability to make a safe space for everyone, absolutely, because Capricorn is very connected to that like masculine energy. But I'm feeling like what's coming up right now, especially because we're in a Mercury retrograde, and Mercury has been retrograding for some time in Capricorn, showing us where our old habits, behaviors, structures. I'm also hearing like defense mechanisms, and I believe, yeah, so Mercury retrograding right now is with Mars. So Mars is in Sagittarius, and Mercury retrograde just entered Sagittarius. So Mercury is retrograde beside Mars, and they're both in Sagittarius right now. So there's this overall energy of like understanding how we maybe normally take action, and maybe that's an over defense, and that over defense is to make sure that we feel safe internally. But I feel like that overall safety, quote unquote, it's like false. Like it's not really safe anyways, because we're not really opening up to being vulnerable. And I feel like this full moon is really asking you to focus on like vulnerability. And maybe this is in your workplace, maybe this is in a new relationship, maybe this is in just friends, whatever. This could be feeling more vulnerable with yourself and allowing yourself to feel more just overall. So it's like when you get excited, it's like you want to put a limit on your excitement. When you start to connect with another person and feel like, oh wow, I'm really like attracted to this person, it's just like, oh, I'm going to put a limit on that. Or I'm going to start thinking about all the things that could go wrong. Or I like this job, but like, oh, I don't want to like, you know, commit and open up fully because I want to make sure that I always have my guard up. It's like, there's this energy overall here of like having this like defense. And I say that because when Mars, like, okay, Mars as an overall planet talks about like fighting and combat and how we move and how we take action. And like Mars is actually connected to defense, okay? And then Mercury is retrograding right now in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a very fun, sort of free-flowing energy. It's very flexible. Sagittarius energy is like exciting and wants to play and wants to just dive in. And Mercury retrograding there has us like reflecting on like, why are we not allowing ourselves to fully dive into some experiences? And what's interesting is that that idea is happening with Mars connected to that idea, because Mercury and Mars are together right now. So if you're feeling a little bit like, wait, I'm confused. The point is like, we want to dive in. And I think for a long time, some of us, for whatever reason, have not let ourselves fully jump into an experience, whether it's a relationship or a friendship or a work project or something like that. Maybe it's just a new hobby, and it's like, maybe we get started, and then all of a sudden we go to this self-destructive mode, or we feel one way, but we don't fully let ourselves feel and dive into it. And now with Mars connecting to that experience, I think we're really starting to review, why do we continue to be on defense all the time? Like, why do I always feel like someone is either maybe later gonna like try to get me, or like, it's a little bit of like a paranoid energy. And I don't want to say that like we're all experiencing this paranoia, but like there's this like small voice in the back of our head that's like, is this safe? Can I really jump in? Can I really enjoy this? Do I really want to let myself just like go for it and see what happens? And like, I feel like with this Ace of Wands reverse, this is an invitation to move forward. And Mars in Sagittarius wants us to move forward and take action. But when Mercury is retrograding with that energy, I feel like there's this overall underlining vibe of like, Six of Cups reversed. Well, I don't want to jump in, because what if the same thing that happened last time happens again? And it's this like, it's like anxious. And I feel like that's really in your mind. That's why we have this Two of Swords here. And then we've got the Four of Cups here. And like, look, a King of Wands and the King of Wands is reversed and the King of Cups is upright. So like, it's like there's an invitation that's waiting right there and we don't want to take it because we're in our minds about something that could potentially go bad later. But like, we don't know until we try it. So I feel like a lot of us are just experiencing this like hesitation, and maybe that's to like start your own business. Maybe it's to like leave a job or to reconnect with, again, like a hobby or an old idea that you always wanted to move forward on. I feel like there's a lot of this sort of confusion, which makes sense again, because I have Mercury retrograding right now. And if you guys want to dive into Mercury retrograde and really fully understand how to work with that energy, I have a workshop for that. You can find it on my website. I'll try to get my team to post the link below. It's a really helpful workshop because this is all about restructuring our foundations. And I feel like a lot of us have established these defensive foundations and structures that really kind of like keep everything out. And they keep everything out because if it keeps everything out, then really internally, I feel like I'm quote unquote more safe, but it's also keeping out the joy. It's also keeping out the love. It's also keeping out more fun and creativity. And it's like, so what is happening right now is that this full moon in Cancer is illuminating the ways that our defense mechanisms, our defense structures and setups, they almost like take away the opportunity for joy, take away the opportunity for expansion, take away the opportunity to build real safety and security. And what's really interesting is that Cancer and Capricorn are both connected to our family and both connected to our generational sort of ancestors. So like, where in your lineage or how were you growing up? Like maybe you grew up and your family, they got divorced, or maybe in an early relationship you were cheated on or lied to, or someone that you really cared about, they stole from you or whatever. But it's like, there's these overall energies or experiences that have happened, and then that sort of like leaves a scar. So when that scar, gets emerged, or when that scar happens, we add a layer of defense. And then another scar happens and we add another layer of defense. And then another scar happens and we add another layer of defense. And it's like this, so there's this like buildup happening, and it's this hard external shell. And that's really interesting also because Cancer is the crab. So Cancer, the sign, is connected to the crab. And the crab internally is really soft. It's lovey, you know what I mean? It's like, it's this soft, sort of like jelly internally, really. And then on the outside, they have this hard shell. And that is a defense mechanism. And it's similar to Cancerian people. Like I have like 4 planets in Cancer, so I get it. Like internally, I am so connected to like love, and like, I just want to give and I want to receive, and I just like want to be so like intimate and like go deep with people and like really show them I care. And I really want to feel safe and secure. And we all have that part. You don't need to be a Cancer. We all have that energy internally. But the external shell is like, it's hard to get in there. It's hard. And when we open up, we fully open up. So when we all experience, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, when we open up finally, it's like we give everything. And this full moon is really showing us how like beautiful it feels to give everything to someone. Just like all of your trust, all of your love, all of your body, all of like everything. And then what happens when that other person takes advantage or lies or cheats or hurts you or breaks your heart or breaks a promise or whatever? That's when we then add all these layers. And I feel like for a lot of us, these layers, this defense it's keeping, like it's blocking all of these other opportunities to come, which is more money. It's better relationships. It's like there is so much that we're all keeping out because we've added all of these layers. And a lot of those layers are from people before us, our families before us, like whatever. So there's this overall energy right now. And what's really interesting is that we're in Capricorn season. I have a workshop for that also. If you're interested, I'll post it below. We are in Capricorn season. Capricorn season is connected to Saturn. Saturn is now in Pisces. Okay, so Saturn in Pisces is asking us to start rebuilding our dream life, okay? The other thing that's really interesting is that Pluto is in 1 month leaving the sign of Capricorn. So Pluto has been in the sign of Capricorn for a long time and is a very slow moving planet. So when Pluto leaves Capricorn, this will be the final time that he leaves for a very long time. He won't be back in Capricorn for a long time, okay? So why is this important? Because Pluto is death and rebirth. Pluto is also our deep fears and our subconscious programs. And when he is in Capricorn, this is an opportunity for us to realign ourselves with a better future, a deeper way of connecting to other people. And we're starting to see how we want to be investing our time, our energy, our love, our money, our attention into different things. And if we want to open up to experience a new way of life, then we can't do that when we have all these defenses up. And I'm not going to say that if you drop your defense that you won't get hurt again. I'm not going to say that. But like, at some point we need to try. Maybe you just need to take a chance on yourself and start that business. Maybe you just need to open up and dive into that relationship. Maybe you just need to just make healthier choices overall for yourself, for your next phase or whatever. But there's this overall energy here of like, we need to drop this defense a little bit. And don't be stupid, of course. Like, you know, sometimes like we still need to like wear a hat and just be like, okay, I'm gonna like make sure this is like actually, you know, a safe thing for me, or like this is at the very least something I really feel called to trying. So go for it. But like, you can't expect big opportunities, big abundance, big love to come into your life if you continue to walk through your life with these like defenses up. You know what I mean? So I think that this full moon is really asking us to just like review that. Okay. I'm going to pause there. We are now going to focus on an energy clearing and then we are done. Okay. So, we'll do a short meditation after that energy clearing just to help cut any cords, these old fears, etc. But let's just start with closing our eyes. And I want you to just envision that there's a green fire burning in front of you on the ground. And in your hand, you have a golden comb. So just start brushing your body with that comb. We all have an aura. It's an energetic field around the body. So I want you to just remove any negative energy, other people's thoughts, ideas, fears, whatever. Just comb it out and just toss it into that green fire. And you can just follow your intuition. Start from the top, go down the body. I'm going to use distance energy symbols to help clear that. So we're just combing and we're tossing everything into that green fire. You don't need it anymore. You don't have to carry it. It's not yours. And now I invite you to imagine that white light starts pouring down from above. And this is going to add a layer of protection. And it's going to help recharge your energy. I'm going to use a different distance energy symbol. So just imagine that white light starts pouring down. It starts washing over your whole body, adding a layer of protection. And now I want you to imagine that green fire again, burning in front of you. And imagine it turns into like a vacuum and it starts to just suck all of the negative energy out of your home, out of your room, your apartment, wherever you are. It's just sucking all of the negative energy out of your space and into that green fire, and it will get rid of it for you. So just imagine that it's collecting all of the negative energy from your space. And then I want you to imagine that white light, it returns and it starts to fill your environment with a protective energy. It's just filling your space with white light. And now let's keep our eyes closed. And what I want you to do is to just see what comes up when we talk about this. If nothing happens, maybe later it'll show up. Don't freak out. Don't worry about it. Don't stress out. But I want you to just feel into some of the fears that maybe you have connected to receiving. Maybe it's receiving money. Maybe it's receiving love or attention or affection. And I want you to just feel that emotion for a little bit. Maybe there's a fear around safety or security in partnerships, whether it's work or love. And now while we're feeling that emotion, where do you think it comes from? What comes to mind when you ask yourself, where is this emotion from? Is it from family? Is it from the past, a relationship, a job? Like, where does that emotion actually stem from? What is the root of that emotion? And now under this full moon in Cancer, I want you to just let go of that. So give yourself permission to clear that emotion, clear that root out of your energy field. So just let it go. Maybe when you exhale, just set the intention that you're letting it go and you're clearing it out. And now before we come back, I want you to just think about what you need in your life for safety, for love. What do you need in your life? What do you need to feel loved? What do you need to feel safe and secure? And now I want you to ask yourself, what is blocking you from getting that? So what comes to your mind? Is it another person who is blocking you from feeling safe? Is it a habit, a belief system? What is blocking you from receiving that love and that safety and security? And now give yourself permission to let it go under this full moon, to let it go and to clear it out. And now if there's anything else that you need to let go of under this full moon, I invite you to set the intention now to let it go. And then when you're ready, we can bring some gentle movement into the body. We can take a big breath. We can open our eyes and come back into this space. Now I invite you to hit pause on my face if you can catch it, and just make a list that says, under this full moon in Cancer, I am releasing the following. And then just write down everything that was coming up in that meditation. And when you're done, you can light it on fire safely or tear it up. But just pause now and write a list. I bet you didn't get me. All right, babes. Welcome back. That's it. I just want to say this is the last chance to get the 2024 tarot forecast and the astrology calendar bundle at this price, okay? I'm gonna leave a link below. The price will go up on January 1st. This astrology calendar is incredible. Like, I saw the final version of it this week. It is amazing. I like the information on it is so helpful, and obviously the tarot forecast is like amazing. I'm sure a lot of you know me from the tarot. It's probably where you found me. So if it's always resonating, I would strongly suggest that you grab that. The bundle is below. I'm sending you guys so much love. I think that's really it. I'm gonna disconnect. Well, I'm gonna talk about the pivot party for 1 minute, and then we can go. So for the rest of you who want to leave, I will see you very soon. Let me know in the comments if this is feeling accurate for you right now, and I'll see you very soon. Actually, I'll see you next year. Okay, love you. Ciao. All right, babes, the pivot party. Wow, I have been feeling just a little bit crazy lately, to be honest. Like some days I'm feeling so empowered and amazing and exciting. And then like other days it's just like, boom, I'm like in this low, like I can feel a lot of old programs in my mind, a lot of old habits, a lot of old things that I thought I wanted or needed or whatever. They're just like draining out of me. I don't know about you guys, but like the energy lately has just been so low for me. Like I've been feeling like I just need to recharge. And I know that now we're in the winter, finally. We're past the solstice, or if you are in the southern hemisphere, you're in the summer. But like, I am just feeling, at least for us in the northern hemisphere, this overall energy of like, I need to just pause and rest and recharge and just allow myself to not feel bad for taking a break. We've been doing a lot of work this year. It's been a crazy year just as a collective, and I feel like I've just been a little bit low energy, and I'm fine. Like I'm just accepting that. I've been chatting with a lot of other like light workers, and they've all been saying similar things. So let me know if you guys have been feeling that. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm in my new home. Let me see if one second. Loki, come here. Just 1 second. So I got Maverick, a brother. Where's Loki? Go get him. And he's the cutest little kitten. We got him for Christmas. I'm gonna post it on Instagram soon. Should I go get him? Okay, give me 1 second. I'm in my underwear. 1 second. Loki, come here. What are you doing, Morzino? Oh, come here. Oh my goodness, Loki, Morzino. Look at you. Come say hello to the world. Look, he just woke up. Oh, you're so cute. And he just woke up. He's a Devon Rex. So his hair looks like a teddy bear hair. Like, look. And it's so soft. Like right now it's like falling out and then it comes back again. So it's like a little bit like patchy, but he's so cute. His name is Loki. That's the god of mischief. Right? And that's what you are. He's so tired. Maverick. Do you like your little brother? Do you like your little brother? Okay. Okay, y'all. Okay, I'll see you very soon. Happy New Year. I love you. Ciao.